morning, I'm Sunitra Chaudhary, National Political Editor of Hindustan Times, bringing you the best from our pages on April 12th, Sunday. First, a look at the numbers. There are now 8,358 cases of COVID-19 infections across the country, and 280 people have died, which brings us to our top story. The government has now said that if they didn't have any restrictions or the lockdown, then 150,000 people would have been infected by April 15th. Not just that, they're saying if there were no restrictions at all, then 8 lakh people would have been infected. Figures that are significant at a time when the government is about to announce perhaps an extension of the lockdown by at least 2 weeks. That announcement expected today or tomorrow. The second story that we have for you is the worrying figure that 1 in 25 of COVID patients is a healthcare worker. Remember, we have been highlighting the lack of enough PPEs or protective equipment, and the government says that there is no community transmission till now, but experts point out that perhaps that is the reason we don't have aggressive testing just yet. The antibody test kits are yet to arrive and to start off, and the people who are most vulnerable are doctors, nurses, healthcare workers, and this is what the government data shows, that 1 in 25 in Delhi and also across the country are healthcare workers. So perhaps this is something for the officials to think about. The next story that we have for you is that of migrant workers' unrest, especially in Surat. It turns out that many were arrested, at least 80 of them were arrested in Surat after they started attacking. They burned several places and also attacked police personnel because they wanted to go back home. What spurred on this unrest? Well, it seems they were very unhappy at the prospect of 2 more weeks in lockdown, and that's why they wanted their wages and go back home. This kind of unrest, and we also saw about 90 of them being arrested earlier as well, in fact, in the same place in Surat. So that's the situation that authorities are keeping a close eye on. Also, a first news from Jammu and Kashmir that their annual move to the summer capital of Srinagar this time has been stalled. This time round, this move, which has been practiced since 1892, all of those who are Jammu based will stay put in Jammu, and those who are Srinagar based will now only move to Srinagar, which is why former Chief Minister Omar Abdullah has questioned the move by saying that he's unclear about whether the files move or not, and if it is safe for those who are moving to Srinagar, well then why isn't it safe for those who are otherwise in Jammu to move with them to Srinagar? These are some of the questions that he's raising about this significant move in Jammu and Kashmir. And finally, the government is working in completely a new way, just like many of us are. And so, in order to help them round, they're now looking for IIM management interns, MBA interns to come and help them out in the empowered groups they have. Why do they need them? Well, they think that they can provide policy inputs and also help in studying data. And that's why the DOPT is looking to recruit at least 2 for each of the 11 empowered groups so that these bright young students can help the government out in these tough times. That's all the news updates that we have for now. Stay tuned to HindustanTimes.com for all the latest updates.